For years, the world believed that one company had already secured the future of the automobile industry. With every new release, Tesla reinforced its dominance, leading a revolution that promised to replace gasoline forever. The vision was simple: silent, battery-powered vehicles with zero emissions, charged at home, and integrated into an increasingly digital world. The industry followed, and soon, automakers worldwide rushed to match Tesla's lead, abandoning internal combustion engines in favor of batteries. But what if that vision was never the only answer? What if, while the world was focused on electric vehicles, Toyota was working on something entirely different, something that could obliterate Tesla's advantage overnight? In late 2024, a secret meeting in Japan revealed an engine so advanced that Elon Musk himself was left speechless. So, what did Toyota create? Why does this change everything? And most importantly, should you still buy an electric vehicle? What's happening? The future was supposed to be electric, until now. When Tesla unveiled its first major breakthrough, the electric sports car that shattered expectations, skeptics were silenced. The acceleration was instant, the performance unmatched, and the cost of ownership far lower than traditional gasoline-powered vehicles. As production expanded, the company introduced the sedan that would cement its place as the market leader, a fully electric vehicle with an extended range, advanced autonomous driving features, and over-the-air updates that continuously improved its capabilities. Governments backed the transition, offering incentives, tax breaks, and ambitious climate policies aimed at phasing out internal combustion engines. Other automakers, some reluctant and others eager, followed Tesla's lead. Some doubled down on battery production, investing billions in developing factories dedicated to making electric powertrains. Others made promises that by the end of the decade, they would stop making gasoline-powered vehicles altogether. The battle seemed over before it had even begun. Then, in late 2024, something happened that changed everything. A quiet meeting at the headquarters of the world's largest automaker sent shockwaves through the industry. One of the most influential figures in the electric revolution walked into that meeting with confidence, but left with something entirely unexpected: concern. What happened behind closed doors that day made Elon Musk rethink everything about the future of cars. The secret meeting that left Elon Musk shaken. Elon Musk is not easily rattled. He has built his empire by challenging industries, disrupting markets, and proving doubters wrong. He has faced criticism, competition, and regulatory battles, but he has never backed down. However, after a 6-hour closed-door meeting with Toyota's executives, something was different. Toyota has always been seen as the quiet giant of the automotive world. Unlike its competitors, it never rushed to announce an aggressive timeline for eliminating internal combustion engines. It never chased trends or made dramatic claims about the future of transportation. Instead, it remained patient, refining its strategy behind the scenes. That strategy was finally revealed in one of the most secretive meetings in the industry's history, and those who witnessed it say it changed everything. The specifics of the meeting remain confidential, but insiders suggest that Toyota presented something unexpected. It was not just another hybrid system or a slightly more efficient gasoline engine. It was something entirely new, a powertrain unlike anything currently on the market, combining the best of both worlds: zero emissions, high performance, and none of the drawbacks that have plagued electric vehicles. That was impossible until now. Why Toyota never rushed into electric vehicles? Toyota has always been slow to embrace the electric vehicle revolution. While other automakers announced bold plans to phase out gasoline engines, Toyota didn't, and many people criticize them for this. Companies like General Motors and Ford rushed to electrify their fleets. Toyota, they continued refining their hybrid technology, investing in hydrogen, and resisting the push to go fully electric. To many, it seemed like Toyota was falling behind. But what if it was never behind at all? What if Toyota was simply waiting for the right moment? The electric vehicle revolution has not been without its flaws. While electric cars promise zero emissions, the reality is more complicated. Battery production relies on rare earth materials, many of which are mined under controversial conditions. Charging infrastructure remains inconsistent, with long wait times and high costs making full adoption difficult. And then there is the biggest issue of all. Electric grids are already struggling to meet demand, and the mass adoption of electric vehicles could overwhelm the system. Toyota saw these problems long before most of the industry acknowledged them. Rather than rushing into an uncertain future, it chose to perfect a system that offered the best of both worlds. The company's hybrid-first strategy was not a sign of hesitation. It was a calculated move to bridge the gap between combustion engines and fully electric powertrains without relying entirely on batteries. Now, with its newest breakthrough, Toyota has positioned itself to disrupt the very market that once looked like it would leave it behind. Toyota's history of shocking the auto industry. This is not the first time Toyota has changed the game overnight. In fact, it has happened before, more than once. When Toyota introduced the Prius, the industry was skeptical. The idea of a car that ran on both gasoline and electric power seemed unnecessary, overcomplicated, and unlikely to succeed. Yet the Prius became one of the most successful and influential vehicles of all time, proving that hybrid technology was not just viable, but revolutionary. Years later, Toyota introduced the hybrid Synergy drive, refining its hybrid system to deliver better efficiency, lower emissions, and higher performance. Once again, the industry had no choice but to follow, as Toyota's hybrid dominance reshaped the global market. Toyota has a long history of moving at its own pace. It does not chase trends. It does not make rushed decisions. Instead, it invests in technology that works, refines it, and then releases it when the time is right. And that time has come again. Now, every major automaker is watching closely. If history is any indication, what Toyota has just revealed is not just another engine. It is a turning point. It is the moment when the world realizes that electric vehicles might not be the only future after all. This time, Toyota's innovation is even bigger. Toyota's game-changing new engine. This is not just another step forward in hybrid technology. It is not an incremental improvement or a minor tweak to existing systems. What Toyota has just unveiled is a completely new kind of engine, one that could upend the entire electric vehicle revolution and redefine the future of transportation. For years, the industry has been moving toward one dominant solution: battery-powered electric vehicles. The argument was clear: internal combustion engines produce emissions, gasoline dependency is unsustainable, and electric power is the cleanest alternative. Automakers followed, shifting resources away from traditional powertrains and toward massive battery production. But Toyota saw something others did not. The company's latest breakthrough is a hydrogen-powered combustion engine. Unlike hydrogen fuel cell technology, which converts hydrogen into electricity, this engine burns hydrogen in a way that feels remarkably similar to a gasoline-powered vehicle. The key difference? It produces near-zero emissions. The only byproducts are water vapor and trace amounts of nitrogen oxides, making it one of the cleanest combustion engines ever created. This changes everything. One of the biggest limitations of battery-powered electric vehicles has always been the refueling process. Charging stations, even with the most advanced fast charging technology, still require a significant amount of time to fully recharge a vehicle. Toyota's hydrogen engine eliminates that issue entirely. Refueling takes only a few minutes, just like a traditional gasoline-powered car. Then there is the issue of rare earth materials. Tesla and other electric vehicle manufacturers rely heavily on lithium, cobalt, and nickel to produce their batteries. The supply of these materials is not only limited, but also controlled by a handful of nations, leading to unstable pricing and geopolitical concerns. Toyota's new engine bypasses this entirely. It does not require massive battery packs, eliminating dependence on the most environmentally and politically problematic components of electric vehicles. This is not just another alternative to battery-powered cars. It is a direct challenge to everything Tesla has built, the science behind the breakthrough. Hydrogen combustion is not a new concept. Engineers have explored its potential for decades, intrigued by its ability to generate power without the carbon emissions of gasoline or diesel engines. But despite its promise, hydrogen combustion engines have never been widely adopted. The reason? One major problem: excessive heat. Burning hydrogen in an internal combustion engine generates significantly higher temperatures than gasoline, leading to thermal efficiency losses and durability issues. For years, this single issue prevented hydrogen combustion from becoming a viable alternative. But Toyota has finally solved it. The breakthrough comes from a new water injection cooling system that dramatically reduces combustion temperatures. By precisely injecting small amounts of water into the cylinders during combustion, Toyota's engineers have found a way to control heat levels without sacrificing power output. This system allows the engine to operate efficiently while maintaining the reliability and longevity that traditional gasoline engines have perfected over the past century. Beyond solving the heat issue, Toyota has also made critical advancements in fuel injection technology. Unlike conventional hydrogen combustion attempts that struggled with inconsistent fuel delivery, Toyota's new direct injection system ensures a precise and efficient burn, maximizing power while keeping emissions at near zero levels. The result is an engine that delivers performance comparable to gasoline-powered vehicles while maintaining the environmental benefits of an electric vehicle. But the key advantage is what it does differently from battery-powered cars. Unlike electric vehicles, which rely on massive battery packs that degrade over time, Toyota's hydrogen combustion system is built for longevity. No range degradation, no battery replacements, no rare earth dependency. This is not a theoretical innovation. It is already being tested in Toyota's research facilities and competitive motorsport applications. And the results are proving that hydrogen combustion is not just viable, it may be the most practical path forward for the entire automotive industry. The real reason Tesla can't fight back. Tesla has faced competition before. When traditional automakers first entered the electric vehicle market, many believed they would quickly outpace Tesla with their massive production capabilities and establish brand loyalty. But Tesla's innovation and first-mover advantage kept it ahead. Competitors struggled to match Tesla's battery efficiency, charging infrastructure, and software integration. But this time, the challenge is different. Toyota is not trying to build a better electric vehicle. It is eliminating the need for one. Tesla's entire business model depends on one fundamental principle. The world is shifting to battery-powered vehicles. Every factory, every research project, and every supply chain decision Tesla has made is built around the assumption that batteries will dominate the industry. But what happens if that assumption is wrong? Toyota's new engine does not require battery packs, which means it does not require lithium, cobalt, or nickel. The industry's largest electric vehicle manufacturers are already struggling with rising battery material costs, production bottlenecks, and increasing regulatory scrutiny over mining practices. Toyota's hydrogen engine sidesteps all of these challenges. Tesla cannot easily pivot. Unlike Toyota, which has spent decades perfecting multiple powertrain technologies, Tesla has bet everything on battery-powered electric vehicles. Shifting to hydrogen combustion would require an entirely new production strategy, new supplier relationships, and a new infrastructure network, none of which Tesla has in place. Then there is the question of infrastructure. While charging stations for electric vehicles are still being built worldwide, hydrogen fueling stations are already expanding, especially in regions like Japan and Europe. Toyota has been working alongside government agencies and energy companies to accelerate this growth, ensuring that by the time its new engine hits the market, refueling will not be an issue. This is the first time Tesla faces a threat it cannot out-innovate overnight. Toyota has built something that directly attacks the core of Tesla's dominance, and it is only the beginning. Toyota's master plan for the next 5 years. Toyota is not just launching a new engine, it is launching an entirely new ecosystem. The company has already filed dozens of patents related to its hydrogen combustion technology, covering advancements in fuel injection, thermal management, and emissions control. These patents signal a long-term commitment, not just an experimental project, but a full-scale shift in Toyota's production strategy. By the time this engine reaches production, Toyota plans to integrate it into multiple vehicle platforms. The first models equipped with this new powertrain are expected to be unveiled by the end of 2026, with a full-scale rollout across various markets by 2028. Unlike Tesla's approach of focusing on high-end luxury vehicles first, Toyota is aiming for mass adoption, ensuring this technology is accessible to a wide range of consumers. Toyota is not acting alone. Some of the biggest names in the industry are already aligning with its strategy. Major fuel suppliers, infrastructure companies, and even government agencies are backing hydrogen expansion, recognizing its potential to solve the problems that battery electric vehicles have not yet overcome. This is not a competition between two car companies. It is a battle for the future of transportation itself. And Toyota is not just looking to compete. It is aiming to replace the current vision of an all-electric future with something even better. The market just flipped overnight. Investors just got a wake-up call, and Wall Street is scrambling. For years, electric vehicles seemed unstoppable. The world was convinced that battery-powered cars were the only way forward, and every major automaker followed Tesla's lead. But now, everything has changed. Toyota's latest breakthrough has forced the industry to reconsider its future, and the financial markets are reacting fast. Stock prices for companies deeply invested in battery electric vehicles saw an immediate shift. Tesla, the poster child of the electric revolution, felt the impact first. For years, its stock had been valued not just as an automaker, but as a technology powerhouse, a company driving the world toward full electrification. Investors believed in a future where every car on the road would be battery-powered. But now that assumption is under attack. Lithium mining companies also saw turbulence. The market had assumed that demand for lithium, nickel, and cobalt would continue rising indefinitely. Now, with Toyota's hydrogen combustion engine gaining momentum, that certainty is fading. If hydrogen power can eliminate the need for rare earth materials, then billions in future lithium investments may no longer be as secure as once thought. But the real panic is happening inside boardrooms across the auto industry. Ford, General Motors, and Mercedes-Benz have spent years aggressively shifting toward full electrification. They have committed billions to battery factories, new supply chains, and long-term research. Everything was designed around the idea that the only future for cars was electric. But what if that assumption was wrong? Toyota's move is not just an innovation. It is a direct challenge to the industry's direction. If hydrogen-powered combustion can deliver the same environmental benefits as battery electric vehicles without the infrastructure challenges, then the entire market needs to rethink its next steps. Auto executives are now being forced to ask tough questions. Do they double down on electric vehicles, or do they hedge their bets by investing in hydrogen? The problem is, most of them are not prepared for the latter. For years, Toyota was criticized for being slow to embrace full electrification. Now that so-called hesitation looks more like strategic patience. While others rushed into battery production, Toyota worked quietly in the background, developing technology that could change the game overnight. And now that moment has arrived. The biggest question for investors now is whether this is just a temporary disruption or the beginning of a larger collapse in the electric vehicle market. If Toyota's hydrogen combustion technology proves viable, it could mark a turning point in the industry, one where the race for full electrification slows and automakers start pursuing multiple paths forward instead of just one. This is not just an engineering shift, it is a financial war. Toyota versus Tesla, the new industry battle. This is more than a competition. It is a clash of two completely different worldviews. Tesla has built its entire empire around one belief, that the future is fully electric. It has never invested in combustion engines, never pursued alternative fuels, and never wavered in its commitment to battery power. Its entire ecosystem, gigafactories, charging networks, and software-driven vehicle platforms, is designed around the assumption that internal combustion is dead. Toyota, on the other hand, never believed in a single solution. While the rest of the industry raced toward full electrification, Toyota pursued a different path. One that prioritized flexibility over speed. It continued refining hybrid technology, invested in hydrogen fuel cells, and quietly worked on next-generation combustion engines. While Tesla was building an all-electric future, Toyota was preparing for multiple possible outcomes. Now these two competing strategies are about to collide. Tesla's approach depends on continued advancements in battery technology, expanded charging infrastructure, and a growing consumer preference for electric vehicles. It is a vision that relies on scaling up production and driving down costs. The problem is, those costs are still high, and scaling up has proven more difficult than expected. Toyota's hydrogen combustion engine presents a new challenge that Tesla is not prepared for. Unlike battery-powered electric vehicles, hydrogen combustion does not require massive mining operations for lithium or cobalt. It does not rely on an electric grid that is already struggling to keep up with demand. And most importantly, it refuels in minutes, just like a gasoline-powered car. This raises a major problem for Tesla. While the company has positioned itself as a leader in electric vehicles, it has never invested in alternative power sources. If hydrogen-powered combustion takes off, Tesla has no immediate way to pivot. It would need to develop an entirely new infrastructure, one that does not yet exist in its business model. Toyota, on the other hand, is ready. It has been testing hydrogen-powered vehicles for years, refining the technology, and preparing for a moment just like this. If its new engine delivers on its promises, it could offer a compelling alternative to battery electric cars, one that does not require consumers to change their habits or worry about charging times. The auto industry is watching closely. If Toyota's strategy works, other automakers may follow its lead, investing in hydrogen combustion instead of committing fully to battery electric vehicles. That could fundamentally shift the market, creating a future where multiple technologies compete rather than a single dominant solution. The real question now is which strategy will win in the long term. Tesla's bet on full electrification has given it a massive lead in the electric vehicle market, but Toyota's diversified approach could prove to be more resilient. If hydrogen combustion engines can match the environmental benefits of electric vehicles while offering more convenience, then the industry may not be as locked into battery power as once believed. Whoever wins this battle will define the next 50 years of cars. The domino effect. What's next for the auto industry? Every automaker is watching closely, because Toyota may have just rewritten the future of cars. For years, the industry moved in one direction, pouring billions into battery-powered electric vehicles, betting that internal combustion engines would disappear. But now that assumption is being challenged. The sudden emergence of Toyota's hydrogen-powered combustion engine has sent shockwaves through the market, forcing legacy automakers to reconsider their strategies. Ford, one of the earliest adopters of full electrification, is already making adjustments. While they aggressively pushed electric trucks and sport utility vehicles, they have now hinted at revisiting alternative powertrains. Just weeks after Toyota's announcement, Ford executives spoke about expanding their research into hydrogen technology, a sector they had largely abandoned. If Toyota's engine proves viable, Ford cannot afford to be left behind. BMW, which never fully abandoned hydrogen development, now finds itself in a strong position. While most automakers dismissed hydrogen in favor of battery technology, BMW continued working on fuel cell systems for commercial applications, with Toyota demonstrating that hydrogen combustion is not only possible but potentially game-changing. BMW may now pivot its existing research toward adapting Toyota's approach. Honda, a longtime leader in hybrid technology, is also closely watching Toyota's move. While they initially leaned into battery-powered electric vehicles, their reluctance to go all in now seems justified. Insiders suggest that Honda is exploring whether their hybrid expertise can be integrated into Toyota's hydrogen combustion framework. Unlike Ford, they are not starting from scratch. Their deep collaboration with Toyota on past projects may give them an edge. Then there is the lithium industry. For years, lithium mining has been an essential part of the electric vehicle revolution, fueling the demand for batteries. Now that demand may not grow as expected. If Toyota's hydrogen combustion engine gains traction, automakers may no longer need vast amounts of lithium for electric vehicle production. Investors have already taken notice, with some predicting that long-term lithium demand forecasts may need to be revised downward. The question remains, will other automakers follow Toyota into hydrogen combustion? The answer is not simple. While the technology is promising, widespread adoption requires more than just an engine. It needs a supporting fuel infrastructure. Unlike Toyota, most automakers have spent years developing battery technology, and shifting away from that investment will not be easy. Some companies may hesitate, waiting to see whether Toyota's engine gains real consumer traction before committing to the shift. However, this industry has seen moments like this before. When Toyota introduced hybrid technology decades ago, many competitors dismissed it as a niche innovation. Today, nearly every automaker offers hybrid models. If history repeats itself, what seems like an isolated breakthrough today could become the standard tomorrow. The consumer shift. What this means for you. The biggest challenge for buyers today is uncertainty. The electric vehicle market is still evolving, with charging networks expanding and battery technology improving. However, Toyota's hydrogen-powered combustion engine presents a new alternative, one that promises clean energy benefits without range limitations or long charging times. One of the key advantages of Toyota's approach is familiarity. Unlike electric vehicles, which require an entirely new infrastructure, hydrogen-powered combustion engines function similarly to traditional gasoline engines. They refuel quickly, maintain high performance, and avoid the challenges of battery degradation over time. This could make them a more attractive option for drivers hesitant about transitioning to full electrification. But hydrogen availability remains a major question. While Toyota has developed the engine, widespread adoption depends on how quickly refueling stations can be built. Some regions, particularly in Asia and Europe, are already investing in hydrogen infrastructure, but others may take years to catch up. Consumers must consider whether the convenience of fast refueling outweighs the uncertainty of a developing fuel network. Resale value is another factor. With Toyota pushing hydrogen combustion as the next major innovation, battery-powered electric vehicles could see their long-term value decline. Just as hybrid vehicles initially struggled with resale concerns before becoming mainstream, electric vehicles may face a similar situation if hydrogen combustion becomes a viable competitor. For those who have already committed to an electric vehicle, this shift may not happen overnight. Battery technology will continue to improve and charging networks will expand. But for those still deciding, Toyota's breakthrough raises a compelling question. Is the best car of the future one that does not rely on a battery at all? What do you really think? Let's talk down in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I will see you there.